Start. Hello, I chose as my person to be Henry Ford. Henry Ford was an American inventor in business management and the founder of Ford Motor Company. He invented several vehicles, most famously the Model T automobile, and changed the auto industry forever by introducing the moving assembly line to car production. This is Henry Ford next to the first, well, not the first, but one of the first Model Ts. Life and work of Henry Ford. Establishing and running Ford Motor Company, developing a system that allowed for the mass production and public sale of inexpensive automobiles, known as the assembly line. The production of the assembly line was extremely critical to the development of the economic boom in the early 1900s to 1920s. His first ever car to be made and mass produced so that it would be affordable for everyone was called the Model T and was made in 1908, which is really crucial to how cars are made now and why it's affordable for everybody and why almost everybody is able to have a car. I know that not everybody is able to, but at the time, in the early 1900s, cars were extremely expensive and inaccessible to the middle class and lower class. So his way of producing the Model T and using the assembly line changed everything and allowed it to be so much easier and accessible for everybody. In 1918, half of all cars on the road were Model Ts, which is just crazy to me. Like how that can happen is just crazy. Just imagine like everybody was driving around Honda Civics. That's just so crazy. The Model T revolutionized transportation and American industry. Just changed everything. Born July 30th, 1863 in Wayne County, Michigan, passed away April 7th, 1947 at 83 years old. The significance and contribution to his life and to his legacy was the assembly line. That's probably like the biggest thing. Just mass production of cars, and that mass production changed everything. Anything that's made that's like that's really big is all in some sort of assembly line. All cars are used in assembly lines so that they can either mass produce them and just make more money and be more accessible. Ford, his company, is still around today. You can see his cars on the road, and maybe it's not he made, but it's his legacy and it's his company. 8-hour workday and 5 days a week. The 8-hour workday was his decision. Originally, it was they didn't have a certain amount of time when working. They just worked almost the whole day, and it would be 6 days a week. Ford thought that work shouldn't be everything, and that there should be some days separate towards family, and this changed a lot. And he was the first person to come up with this 8-hour workday and 5 days a week, or at least first to implement it in his work. Personal connection. My Theo, he has a Ford, so it's connected to me in one way, and I always see them on the road. There's maybe not just the truck. I also see ads. There's also the other cars. I'm not really sure about what all the other names are for the other cars, but that did change a lot for everybody. And him implementing the 8-hour workday and the 5 days a week. I work at Target, and they usually schedule me for 8 hours, so that's like the normal amount of time that I should be working. So that's still around today, which is crazy to believe that 100 and something years ago that wasn't a thing, and if that never happened, I could be working 12 hours without a break, without a lunch, and that would just be considered normal. For my family, they also work 5 days a week, my parents, so that means that that's still around for them too. It's not, for them it's not 8 hours, but the 5-day work week is still around to this day. Thank you.